The story begins in a devastated world where destruction is visible everywhere. This destruction was not the result of anyone else, but of artificial intelligence created by humans. The AI which humans had created for their convenience was now responsible for their survival. At one place, AI attacked and killed 50,000 people, but his hunger did not stop here. He spread his terror all over the world. Until now, he had killed about 10 crore innocent people. The world trembled with this terror. Everywhere there was a naked dance of death and destruction. In such a situation, the government formed a special military force called ICN. Their aim was to save humans from this destructive AI. Actually, the mastermind of this disaster was Harlan, who had become a dangerous AI terrorist. Harlan was originally designed to protect the Earth, but now his sole purpose was to destroy the Earth. ICN's forces performed brilliantly and started eliminating the AI. When Harlan saw his defeat approaching, he decided to flee Earth, but while leaving he left a message. "I started this war, and I will end it too." Time elapsed. 28 years had passed since this incident. There was an atmosphere of peace on Earth, but one day, ICN received a strange information. An artificially enhanced human being was discovered, who was a human being, but had become a complete slave under the control of AI. When the ICN forces arrived to capture him, he started throwing the entire crew around like toys in a terrible rage. The army understood that he could not be controlled like common people. After much struggle, he was captured using electric shocks. The name of this dangerous person was Casca. After this, the story focuses on our main heroine, Alice. Alice is ICN's terrorism analyst. She is deeply knowledgeable about AI. When Alice learns that ICN has captured Harlan's confidant Casca, she becomes concerned and immediately heads to the meeting at ICN headquarters. There is an argument going on at the headquarters between the Journal and the Colonel. The Journal had full confidence in Alice. He believed that Alice would definitely extract some important information about Harlan, but the Colonel was reluctant to work with Alice because she did not socialize much with people. The Colonel made it clear that if Alice failed to interview Casca today, Harlan would never be reached. The Journal's confidence was unwavering. There was no one more capable than Alice. After this, the Journal meets and they reveal that Harlan is involved in a much bigger game. It is possible that he may destroy the entire Earth at once. You have only one chance to gain all this information and get something important from Casca about Harlan. After this, Alice goes to Casca on alert. Alice talks to Casca for a long time, and then finally she questions her about Harlan. But Casca was very smart. She didn't tell anything about Harlan. Alice gets angry at this and gives Casca electric shocks, and also threatens to reset her. But these threats have no effect on Casca. Nevertheless, Alice sets about resetting her and manages to seduce her into obtaining information about Harlan. Alice learns that Harlan is currently on another planet. Now Casca understood that this cunning woman had extracted important information. In anger, he attacks Alice, but Alice was no ordinary person. He had already anticipated that Casca would do this, so he had created a shield to protect himself. Now getting information about Harlan, she kills him by giving him an electric shock. Seeing all this, the entire ICN team is very impressed by Alice, because what ICN could not do in so many years, Alice alone did it. Now the ICN plans to go to Harlan's planet and eliminate him there. Alice also asks the Journal for permission to be part of this mission. She says, "I want to see Harlan die with my own eyes. Only then will I find peace." At this, Journal introduces Alice to the Colonel, who was the head of this mission. But the Colonel did not want to include Alice in this mission. Then Alice says, "You are making a big mistake if you think killing Harlan is child's play. You are mistaken. Colonel, you have grown up, but your mind has not grown up. You still think like children. Because of your mistake, you will put the entire ICN team in danger. This mission cannot be successful without me." There is passion in the Alice's words, and the Colonel eventually agrees. The Colonel then shows Alice a robotic suit in which to fight the AI. This robot is connected to the human through Neuralink device. We learn that this Neuralink device was created by Alice's mother, a renowned scientist at the ICN. Alice gets furious after hearing about this device. The Colonel calms her down, saying, "I know it took your mother's life, but this device is completely safe and has been updated." The Colonel explains that they will be landing on Harlan's planet with large robotic suits and a giant spaceship. That spaceship will have enough power to destroy the entire planet. Then, they will defeat Harlan very easily. We then see the spaceship take off to reach Harlan's planet. As soon as their spaceship leaves the Earth, a big laser security is seen in front. After a lot of investigation, this spaceship succeeds in getting out of that security circle. This security was built with the purpose of preventing Harlan from reaching Earth. While Alice is working inside the spaceship, she is reminded of her past. A photo appears before his eyes, in which he was himself, his mother, and Harlan. In fact, Harlan was created by Alice's mother, and he worked as a servant in their household. Alice's mother had created the Neuralink device, through which artificial intelligence and humans could be connected, which could increase the mental and physical strength of humans up to 10 times. After this, we see that these people were about to reach Harlan's planet through spaceship, but before that, Alice gives everyone some printouts and asks everyone to take out their Neuralink devices, because according to him, it was just a simple device, which was very easy to hack. Then, Alice begins to give everyone information about Harlan's planet. She explains that humans cannot survive on that planet. But here everyone finds Alice's words childish, and they start laughing at him. To this Alice says, "After all, what do you guys know about Harlan? I know him, man, that Neuralink device and robot about which you are so confident. I want to remind you that it is also a device which can be hacked at any time. And when your device gets hacked, understand that it will take only a few seconds for you to be killed." Everyone starts getting scared after listening to Alice's words. The Colonel then says to Alice, "What did you do? You scared the crew before the mission." At this, Alice realizes her mistake, and she apologizes. After some time, these people had reached very close to Harlan's planet. The Colonel puts on his robotic suit. Alice tells the Colonel, "If you catch Harlan here, understand that this is Harlan's trap." Meanwhile, they're suddenly attacked. Because Harlan had received the news of their arrival, he was welcoming them with big bangs. He was busy destroying their battleship. In such a situation, to save Alice's life, they force him into a robotic suit. However, Alice repeatedly refused, saying, "I should not sit in this device, I may die, because I do not know how to operate it." But no one had time to listen to Alice's words, because his battleship had been destroyed. So, to save their lives, they start jumping to the planet. But during this time, they get attacked by AI robots. The battleship also gets destroyed and starts falling down. Alice freaks out because the battleship was about to fall right on top of her, which meant she could die. But then a soldier saves Alice. The Colonel gives him a message that he should use the Neuralink, but Alice didn't trust the AI program, so it didn't use Neuralink. As a result, his robotic suit falls down very quickly, causing Alice serious injuries. Alice becomes unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she finds herself alone. There was no one around. She tries to contact the others, but fails. She feels very sad at her condition and starts crying. Nevertheless, she reluctantly activates the robotic suit because she had to reach the rescue pod to save her life. But the rescue pod was far away. She then asks the robot to take her to the rescue pod. The robot obeys him and starts taking him towards the rescue pod. However, the robot was jumping with great force, which meant that AI robots could see it and then kill it. So Alice tells him to take it easy. But the robot does not obey his commands because Alice had not yet connected it to itself. Reluctantly, Alice connects itself with the robot, and then the robot slowly starts moving towards the rescue pod. On the way, Alice asks the robot, "How many weapons do we have?" The robot replies, "We have a total of 7 weapons, but one weapon is very powerful. That is the iron bomb, which we can use to destroy half the planet." The robot then tells Alice, "My name is Smith." Alice says, "There's no need to tell you the name." Smith laughs and says, "I was just getting to know each other." After some time, they reach the place where their spaceship was destroyed. Alice sees that not a single ICN soldier was left alive, as they had all been killed by Harlan's AI robots. Alice then goes to the Colonel's suite and sees that the Colonel's suit was empty. Then he sees Harlan's assistant Casca, who shocks Alice as he himself killed Casca. But then Alice realizes that Harlan must have created a new Casca. Just then many AI robots reach there and their eyes fall on Alice. All the robots attack her, and Alice starts running to avoid them. The number of robots was very high, and it was becoming extremely difficult for Alice to fight them. In such a situation, she asks Smith to use Iron Bomb. Although Smith initially refuses, after Alice's repeated insistence he uses the Iron Bomb, destroying all the robots and everything. But surprisingly, Casca had survived this attack and was now coming to Alice. As Casca moves to kill Alice, suddenly the ground begins to crack and Alice falls into the earth. Due to the fall, one of his legs is broken. Smith helps him and fixes a metal plate in his leg so that the leg does not get damaged too much. Alice was experiencing severe pain during this entire process. When she can no longer bear the pain, Smith gives her a lollipop, which gives Alice relief and new energy. Alice begins to realize that she will die here and may never be able to go out. Meanwhile, Smith tells her, "If you don't join me, we're both doomed. You have to be fully linked to me." After thinking, Alice links herself with Smith and uses the Neuralink device. Now both of them are completely connected to each other. Casca, on the other hand, had informed Harlan that humans had arrived on the planet. Then we see the Colonel, who was in Harlan's captivity. Harlan was torturing the Colonel to the extreme, and if these scenes were shown, your soul would tremble, but I will not show them because I care about you. At the same time, Alice was thinking of getting out of her robotic suit, but she also knew that if she got out, the AI robots outside would kill her. Then Smith says that if we go straight up, we will face many difficulties and there is danger at the top. So, I have found an intelligence path, we follow that. Then after getting permission from Atlas, Smith leads him out through a cave, allowing them to escape the AI robots. But alas, they come across a drone, and Casca learns their location. Now Smith also knew that Casca was coming to catch them, so Smith plants some bombs along the way, and just as Casca gets there, a huge explosion occurs. They think Casca would be dead by now, but when they look back, they find that Casca's head was still breathing fresh air, so they crush his head, and from the system in the head they learn that Harlan is also in there somewhere. Now Atlas wants to quickly go to Harlan and send the ICN team to his location on Earth, so that another ICN team can come and eliminate Harlan. Although Smith forbids her to do so, Alice refuses and removes Smith's Neuralink, which connected her to him. Although Smith was still somewhat connected to him, he tries to make Alice emotional by showing him his past. On this, Alice says, "Smith, we do not have time to be emotional. If we do not take this step today, then the sacrifice of all the soldiers martyred here will go in vain." Smith agrees, and they reach Harlan's base. Alice is shocked to see this scene, because Harlan had also captured his battleship, and he also had the bomb with which he can destroy half the Earth. The technology here was also highly advanced. Then suddenly a drone notices Smith, and AI robots attack him. While running away, Smith suddenly falls down, as he was hacked and is unable to run away. Alice was sending all the information from here to Earth, but then its message also stops. The journalists on Earth were worried, fearing that Harlan might take over their battleship as well, because if that happened he could destroy the entire Earth. Then Alice is captured and brought before Harlan. Harlan tells Alice, "I love you so much, don't be afraid. I am doing all this for the good of the Earth. The way humans are treating the Earth will soon destroy it, but I will never let that happen. I will kill half the world and make the remaining people my pets, so that they can live a life of luxury." Harlan then says, "Your coming here was also part of my plan. I myself wanted the ICN to come here, and then I could snatch the battleship and the bomb from them." Then he asks Alice for the code of the security system built outside the Earth, so that he can enter the Earth. But Alice did not know that code. Harlan tortures him for not telling him the code. There was also the Colonel, who was tortured a lot by Harlan. The Colonel asks Harlan, "Where's Smith? Maybe it's been hacked, or its battery is dead." Alice says. The Colonel then gives Alice his Neuralink and says, "With this you call Smith to you." When Alice contacts Smith, Smith says, "I couldn't come to you because I couldn't connect with you 100%. Hearing this, Alice starts crying loudly. He feels that all the problems in the world are because of him. On this, the Colonel says, "Atlas, it is not your fault. Your mother created Harlan for good, but he broke her security protocol and started doing wrong things." Then the story goes into flashback. We see that Alice's mother loved Harlan very much and wanted his mother to love him as much as she loved Harlan. So Alice tried to be like his mother. She picks up the Neuralink her mother made and connects to Harlan. At that time, Alice was an innocent child who did not know what harm it could cause, and Harlan took advantage of this. One by one, he broke all the protocols and started creating havoc. For this reason, Alice started considering itself responsible for all these things. Crying, Alice tells the Colonel, "Everything happened because of me. I'm responsible for everything. It was because of me that my mother was killed, because Harlan wanted to kill me, but my mother gave her life to save me. Gave it." Smith was also listening to these things of Alice, and because of this, he is now 100% connected with Alice. Alice then fights bravely, using Smith's 4 hands. Alice had caused havoc everywhere. Then he learns that the battleship built by ICN was being sent on Harlan's orders to wreak havoc on Earth. On this, Alice started firing on the battleship to stop it. After a great struggle, Alice destroys the battleship, causing Harlan to get his pants wet. In rage, Harlan attacks Alice with his powerful sword, but Alice knew Harlan's moves very well, so she was countering well. Nevertheless, Harlan's blow begins to overwhelm Alice, and she falls unconscious. In such a situation, Smith takes out Alice without caring for her life, and also fights Harlan with one hand. Then Harlan attacks Smith's AI system. A powerful blow from behind takes out Harlan before he can destroy Smith's system. This attack was done by Alice. She was looking at Smith with loving eyes because Smith had saved her life. Now, even without wanting to, Alice had made friends with the AI again. Smith then decides to disable himself, as it was difficult for humans to survive on the planet they are on. But Alice had fallen in love with Smith and did not want Smith to become disabled. Despite this, Smith gives Alice an energy lollipop and disables himself, causing Atlas to become extremely emotional. Then, the ICN team rescued Atlas. Finally, we see Atlas on Earth, where everyone applauds him for going to another planet and eliminating Harlan, Earth's enemy. Now their world was safe because of Atlas.